Okay, so right now I'm going to do the second part of Chapter 3, Lesson 6. We did the first page. Moving on to the second page, remembering that a variable is a lowercase letter, and we're going to discuss what a let statement is. A let statement is when you let your reader, know what variable you're using and what it is representing. So you're going to let some variable, say x, equal some unknown. Sometimes it's a number, sometimes it's amount of money, sometimes it's how many leaves, like whatever it is you're looking for. What are you looking for? So in this problem, Marissa wants to buy a Nintendo Switch that costs $300. She has already saved $130 and plans to save an additional $10 each week. Write an expression that represents how many weeks it takes to save for the Nintendo. So notice that it's not a question. It just says write an expression. We're going to write an expression that represents how many weeks. When you see how many or how much, that's what you don't know. You don't know how many weeks. You can write number of weeks or you can write how many weeks. And you get to choose what your variable is. So I'm going to pick W just to mix it up a little bit and not always use X. I also see something else in this question that reminds me about some more key words. I'm going to take that word each and go back up to this chart and add each, every, and per to my multiplication list. P-E-R, per. Each, every, and per. This indicates that you're going to multiply because if you pay for each candy bar, that means you have to multiply how many candy bars times the cost. If you pay for every candy bar, same thing. And a lot of times costs will say it's $1 per car, okay, or $10 per car. So you'd multiply how much times the number of cars. So that's important because this lets me know I'm going to be multiplying. All right, so let's see what we have. We have a total cost. We know that Marissa already has $130 and she's going to save $10 each week. The W is the number of weeks. So if I want 10 for each week, I'm going to have 10W. I'm skipping ahead. 10W. Got ahead of myself. This right here is what you're thinking in your head, because when you're asked to write a let statement, you take what you're thinking in your head and do this. Let W equal the number of weeks. You have now defined that you are using W. This is called defining a variable. It's not just W. W is representing the number of weeks. Okay, so now skip back ahead to my expression. $10 times the number of weeks plus what she already has saved. She already saved 120. We're going to put those together and hope to have a total of 300. Oops, that's not an expression. I know someone's going to catch me on that. There's my expression. Write the expression to find how much. Now part A of this says, will she have saved enough at the end of 11 weeks? So we're going to take that expression, 120 plus 10 times the number of weeks, 10 times 11. Order of operations, remember, parentheses, exponents, multiply, divide, left to right, add, subtract, left to right. Tells us we're going to multiply first. and then add, sorry, this should be 230. Okay, I knew that didn't look right. $230. Will she have saved enough money? No. Marissa will not have enough money. After 11 weeks. So she has to keep saving. I hope she doesn't blow it on something else. I hope she's going to keep saving until she can afford the $300 Nintendo. All right, let's do another one and see if I can do it in order this time. I keep wanting to make it purple and it's not letting me. To join a local gym, you will be charged a $120 registration fee and a $40 each month. There's that each again. I'm going to multiply. Write an expression that represents the cost of a gym membership for M number of months. That's telling you what they want the let statement to be. What don't you know? We don't know how many months. They told you in the problem, we want to call it M. So again, this is not something you write. It's what you're thinking in your head. And this is your let statement. You're going to write let M equal the number of months. And this actually happens when I joined the Y many years ago. You pay up front to be a member, but then you pay per month to remain a member. So our expression is going to be how much you paid up front. You paid that $120 registration fee one time, and then you pay $40 each month. So 40 times M. The number that repeats is the number that gets the variable, because that's what's going to happen every month. First month, January, February, March. Okay. So there's our expression. Evaluate the cost of a membership for 12 months. Remember that evaluate means to get an answer. We're going to take our expression, and in place of M, we're going to put 12 because that's how many months it is. Again, order of operations tells us we have to multiply and divide before we do that addition. So I'm going to copy 120 plus. This is 480. This is $600 for the whole year. The next one's kind of a weird question. The cost of a jacket, J, so they're defining your variable right there, after a 5% markup can be represented, 5%, I'm getting worried, I don't know what percent is, represented by the expression J plus 0.05J. So that's an expression that represents the markup, the cost of the jacket after a markup. And we're going to simplify the expression. So read that carefully. It's not telling you to do any calculating. It's asking you to simplify the expression. First, let's say what J is. Let J equal cost of the jacket. Now we're going to simplify this expression. Remember, what's the coefficient? What's the coefficient? The coefficient is here. You can't see it. We assume it to be 1. What's the coefficient on the second J? 0.5. Can we combine those? We can. So we're going to add our like terms. It's going to be 1.05J. That's the simplified expression. Then, so now I have a second part to this question. Determine the total cost of the jacket after the markup if the original price is $35. Well, cost of the jacket is J. I'm going to plug 105 and I'm going to multiply that by 35. And I'm totally going to cheat. And I'll probably let you cheat too. 1.05 times 35, I'm using my calculator, is $36.75. So even though this 5% was in there, notice that we They told us the expression. So careful reading is going to lead you away from this percentage, because what happened is they changed the percent to a decimal in the expression. So I just want to point that out to you because they asked that in a very tricky way.